I walked over to the president, who was a few feet away with Secretary of Education Rod Page, shaking hands with staff and teachers outside the school, and passed on the information. I was the first to tell him the news. He nodded, shot me a quizzical look, and said, "Get more details." We both thought it an odd, tragic accident.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jessica Bradshaw.
These probably weren't the proper shoes for today, but that's okay. Anything for fashion, right? Thank you for having me here. I'm so proud of everyone who is here. I'm so proud to have served, to have run in this district, which is my home district. And really this area has become a second home. Aside from the valley, it's just become a home. And right now, I wrote a few words down, and I pray that my message gets across, the spirit of my message gets across. I started in a Tea Party. And I say I started because before then, much like many of you, I followed the news, I paid attention, but I wasn't really active. And the Tea Party is what spurred me to get to where I am. And it's not the end. There's always more, and there's more than all of us can do. We can attend these Tea Parties and move forward from there. Don't stop. I've thought about us here. What are we? Why are we here? Any answers to that?
Thank you.
To do what? To live. We're here for that. We're fighters. We are revolutionaries, just like our founding fathers were. And more than that, we're also pioneers. And what do pioneers do? They go into uncharted territory. And you think, well, why are we pioneers? You know, we know the United States. We know what this is. And you know what? No. It's literally transforming before us, which makes us pioneers, because we are experiencing something that many of us, the young generation, have not experienced before and have no knowledge of. And some of us who have experienced or who have come from other countries can see the writing on the wall. And we're trying to get this message out to let people know this is not what we want. This is not what our founding fathers wanted. Each and every one of us, besides a revolutionary, we are pioneers. We will trek forward and we will clear a path for whomever is behind us. We're going to bring some positive change through this Tea Party. Now, our war veterans, inventors, the people that pioneered, that trek west, and also those that came before them even, that traveled through the Pacific, across the Pacific Ocean for this promised land. I've had people say, show me in the Bible where this is the promised land. This is the promised land. Our Father in heaven gave us this land. We are a land like no other. And what Mr. Obama is trying to do is transform it. Play an experiment. Let's see if we can make communism work, socialism work, fascism work. Well, you know what, Mr. Obama? We don't want to play that game. We don't want to experiment. We don't want to see if fascism will work in the United States of America, because we know it doesn't work. Amen. Yes. Now, let me tell you something that before our President Theodore Roosevelt became president, he was a pioneer himself. He went out into the Dakota Badlands and wanted to try out ranching. And they had a little 4th of July celebration. He was able to speak as a regular citizen. And he said this about America. America, she shared with other nations the present, and she yielded to them the past. But it was felt in return that to her, and to her especially, belonged the future. That's what America is. America left every other country in the past and said, you can have your communism, your socialism. You can have those tried errors. we take the future, and we will be better than that. And that's the path that we've been going on, and unfortunately it's changing. And because of that, because we are here, because we passionately love our liberty, our freedom, and our country, and our life, and our posterity, we will fight. Now, here's something that my husband and I have talked about, and we've talked to our friends, and if you can just humor me for a minute. Envision this. Envision a highway. And this is what we had. We had a shoulder on the left, and we had a shoulder on the right, and we had 4 lanes of gray in between. And for a long time, we've been traveling down this highway, driving down in the gray area, sometimes kind of working our way into the right, sometimes into the shoulder on the left. Well, you know, we don't have that highway anymore. We have a one-way road going north and a one-way road going south. There's no more straddling the gray area, folks. You're either on the right or you're on the left. And let me tell you, there are a lot of people who are kind of cruising around in the gray area. Well, I'm a good Christian, but I support liberal agenda. Well, I'm a liberal, but, you know, I go to church. It doesn't work that way anymore. You're one or the other. And Obama has transformed our nation. And he's left a lot of people that were in the gray kind of walking around aimlessly. They don't know if they're on the left or they don't know if they're on the right. And let me tell you where you are. You're on the right because you're here, whether you're Democrat or Republican. Now, don't waste your time, don't waste your breath with those people on the left on that road going south. Because if they're to change their minds, the future will make sure to change their minds for them. And with the people on the right, people on the highway going, on the road going north, use them as your strength. Use them as a lift up. They're the ones that are going to pick you up when you're down and you think, that's it, I'm done. I want to just forget all about politics and the news. They're going to lift you up and they're going to move you forward. What you have to do is you need to go out and you need to find the people that are kind of aimlessly between the two roads. Find them, and in your hearts, pray and ask our Father in heaven to guide you, and with love and compassion, that you will be that light that brings them on to this road heading north. You need to find those people, and you need to take them and bring them to the side. Because what it's going to take, it's going to take integrity, it's going to take honesty, and it's going to take a spiritual power for you to bring them here and for them to vote in that way, so that we can take our country back and bring it back to those principles that the Founding Fathers intended, and bring them back to those principles that God intended our country to be in. Thank you.